Hello my dear friends and welcome to my new kitchen. It's a long time I haven't made any videos for you, and it was because I moved from United States to Spain, and that's why you see absolutely brand new but still white kitchen. Today we're going to make a new recipe, and it's as usually plant-based, no eggs, no dairy, no gluten, no soy, no refined sugar dessert. It's gonna be a cake, but because of a lot of requests from you, I'm going to make it also without nuts and also without any oils and no cacao butter as well. This is a completely summer dessert, summer cake. We will be using peaches. Of course, you can use any other fruits. It can be apricots, it can be a mix of berries like strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and it's gonna be also very delicious panna cotta summer dessert. A big plus of this dessert, because now I'm shooting it in Spain, the south of Spain, and it is over 30 degrees by Celsius, and of course any raw and even baked cake will be impossible to get outside for any event while it is so hot. With this dessert you will be able to do it. It will not be melting because we're going to use agar as the stabilizer for our cake. So let's get started to make peach panna cotta without everything, healthy dessert. The first thing that we are going to do right now is to bake our peaches. So for this I'm going to set my oven to 175 degrees by Celsius and turn it on. Why we are going to bake our peaches is because I want to make them even more juicy, and also I want to remove the skin. Usually when you buy peaches, they are quite hard in the market or in the supermarket, grocery store, and if you have about 4 or 5 days to wait while they will be juicy, soft and nice and sweet, great. But you can see that one day you wake up and you see that your peach becoming spoiling, like this one. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm not going to use it. So that's why do not wait if you don't want to wait, and if you don't want to spoil your fruits by waiting when they will be soft and nice, I recommend to bake them for about 20-25 minutes. Also, it's not a raw dessert. I know that I have a lot of fans of raw cakes on my channel, on my Instagram, because we are going to use agar, and for activating agar we will need to boil our mixture, our cream anyway, so that's why there is no reason to keep this dessert raw. So let's get started. So I have my baking sheet. I put some parchment paper there, and we cut our peaches. So nothing crazy, so we just divide it onto 2 pieces. If you can't do it, you can start just cut it on such pieces. Beautiful shape is not important here, because we're going to blend it into the puree anyway. My oven was heated up, so I grabbed my peaches. Let's wait. And now I want to talk with you about the sponge for this cake. You can see in my hands 2 sides of cake mold. So this one is a 6 inches mold, and this is the main size of our cake. And also I have 7 inches mold, so it is a little bit bigger. I'm going to bake my sponge into the bigger size, mold size. Why? Because I want to trim my sponge with a smaller mold when it will be ready. So when I trim it and remove all the pieces of the sponge, I will have a beautiful professionally made, professionally looked delicious chocolate sponge. So this is what I wanted to emphasize. So that's why in the recipe, in the PDF recipe that you can download under this video, you will see that I give you 2 recipes for sponges. A recipe for 7 inches mold by understanding that then we will cut it and we will have a smaller sponge size for our cake. But I totally understand if you are not a professional baker and you have only like 15-16 inches, 15-16 centimeters or 6 inches mold and you don't have bigger size, that's totally okay. I hope it will not stop you of making this cake. So the second option will be for a sponge for only 6 inches mold. So you will need a little bit less ingredients for this size. Also, I'm not going to show you how to do it because I'm using my favorite recipe of quinoa chocolate sponge from this YouTube. I use this recipe, I don't know, for all my wedding cakes. It's very delicious, it's wholesome, it's fluffy, it's nice, it's chocolate, it's really healthy and easy to make. So I have it, I posted many years ago on my YouTube channel, so you can see the link here. Just please follow the quantity of ingredients from this recipe, but how to make it step-by-step information on that video of quinoa chocolate sponge. One tip, that recipe, original recipe, has oil among the ingredients. So I promised you to make this cake is completely oil-free. So that's why in the recipe for this oil-free peach panna cotta, you will see that instead of oil, like vegetable oil, like instead of avocado oil, I propose to you to use sweet potato puree, baked sweet potato puree, same quantity as I would use oil, like avocado oil, for example. This is only if you really prefer oil-free dessert, if you need it, if your customers require oil-free desserts. What would be the difference? If you're going to use oil, avocado oil, your cake will be more fluffy, more gentle, more airy. If you use sweet potato puree instead of vegetable oil, you will have more dense, more chocolate, more brownie style sponge. But for this cake, for panna cotta cake, for not like main baked part, that I mean that our baked sponge will not be the main flavor of this cake, this is totally okay. But I wanted to explain you the difference of the texture when you use oil and when you use, for example, puree. Like it can be sweet potato puree, it can be beet puree, but it should be baked or steamed puree, not raw. This is very important. So while you are waiting when your peaches will be baking here, you can prepare the sponge and then just to change the sheets and remove peaches and put chocolate sponge and it will be ready. And please follow the instructions from another video. Let's see what I have. So because I moved from United States to Europe, of course the watt supply is different here, so I didn't bring any my equipment. I buy a new one here because here we have 220 watts and United States it's 110. And I needed to find a food processor, and the first time ever I found a food processor with a glass bowl. Let's see how it looked. It was very cheap, it's under 30 euros, and I was surprised. Not very famous, I mean for me it's absolutely not a popular brand. I heard it first time ever. Let's see this glass bowl. Okay, not big one. It's okay. We usually make a small crust, it's like 200-300 grams for raw cakes, for example. And today we can make a puree here. Okay, we have first bleed. We have one more. Oh my god, it's a protector for the blade. Oh, so nice. And we can do it. I'm going to clean it and we use it to make a peach puree. Let's see how it works. This is our baked peaches. Here you are. Our goal right now is remove the skin and put soft peaches in the blender or food processor. You can wait a little bit longer when it will be not so hot. I'm in the gloves, so for me it's quite okay to touch them. Very easy to remove the skin. Very easy. Let's make a peach puree. So now I weighed 130 grams of peach puree that I'm going to use for chia jam. So here is my saucepan. And then we will add those peaches and create the full puree. This is going to be a chia jam layer, and this is going to be a main souffle, main panna cotta. First we have a chia jam saucepan, and we're going to make this chia layer right now, and we pour 130 grams of peach puree to make this layer. Then we are going to use a bigger saucepan. It honestly can be the same, but for me it's more convenient to divide it right now between different saucepans. Here we need to pour 350 400 between these numbers, between this weight of puree. And here we're going to make the main panna cotta. And here I put 150 grams of puree. This is going to be for decoration. What I want to tell you right now, let's imagine that you had smaller peaches, or maybe they're not so juicy, maybe, I don't know, you had like 5 only peaches, 6 peaches, and you have only 130 grams and 350 grams, and you don't have for decoration. That is totally okay. This decoration option is for advanced bakers, home bakers, moms, or for those who follow me for a few years and want to make a little bit more professionally looked cake. So that's why if you don't have enough peach puree, you'll decorate your cake just with the peaches without this jelly marmalade layer. Right now I'm going to work on a chia layer, and these two saucepans and the cup I want to cover with the plastic wrap or with the cup or with the lid and put in the refrigerator. This one we're going to use only on the day of decoration, and the main souffle we will be making only when our chia layer will be set in the freezer. So it's very important. We can't make it before we have a crust, a chocolate sponge, and before we have frozen layer of chia seed jam. I move it to refrigerator right now. Let's make chia jam layer, and it's going to be a hidden layer. What I mean? I remind you that our cake has 6 inches diameter or 15-16 centimeters. So this is my main mold that I'm going to use to assemble the cake. We baked a sponge in a bigger mold, in a 7 inches mold. It's like about 18 centimeters. So you can see this is the main, this is the bigger one. And then we will trim our sponge to have a beautiful cake outside. And for hidden layer, for hidden peach chia jam layer, I'm going to use 5 inches mold. It's about 12 centimeters, so it will be smaller. So when we're going to see the cake on the table, we will not have an idea, or your guests, your customers will not have an idea that you have something inside of this cake. And this is totally another professional level of your skills when you start working with different cake molds sizes. We need to prepare the bottom because our chia jam will be quite liquid. For this I need this rubber, and I need plastic wrap. Okay, and let's fix it. 1 and 2. So you can see that my bottom is like ideal, and it's very important that you don't have any holes. It can happen when you create it first time, so you can make a hole by accidentally, yeah, so anything can happen. If you do it, make it again. And another important tip, that you need to put it on something very flat, so it should touch some flat surface, so it will not go outside. It also helps to keep the liquid jam inside of our mold. Now let's make our chia jam layer. For this, we're going to use our 130 grams of peach puree. We put it into our saucepan. Yeah? I'm going to add maple syrup, and it's going to be 30-35 grams. Then we need to add some chia seeds. Let's add?
Yes.
Okay, and then you will help me. Let's do it. Let's pour 10-12 grams.
10-12.
10-12. And also I want to talk with you about anise seeds. If you don't have it, don't use it, and don't try to find it. It's really complicated. It's just one of advanced options that I want to show you on YouTube, that we can make our flavor even more complicated. So I'm going to put them when we will be boiling our mixture. And then don't forget to remove it, so it shouldn't be inside of your layer. What is your name?
Max.
Max will help me. Okay, let's turn it on and do it like this. You need. Da. And we put this one, 1 and 2. You need to mix it. While Max is mixing, I want to tell you that to set our layer, I'm going to use agar powder. And for this quantity of the mixture, we're going to use just 1/4 part of the teaspoon. And I will put how many grams it's gonna be in case you want to use jewelry scales. Now we need to use it here, so we're going to wait when we see the bubbles. Let's wait for bubbles.
Da.
You see bubbles. We starting seeing bubbles. Max, I'm going to put the powder and you need to mix, okay? Perfect. Yeah, you're doing great. Continue. Yes, yes, yes. Continue, continue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we see the bubble. And now, if you work with the agar first time, we need to set 1 minute and boil it for 1 minute. During this 1 minute, our agar will be activated. You can feel that your seeds become bigger, your mixture becomes thicker. So it's not like just a peach puree. Don't forget to take out our anise seeds. I'm going to find them. So this is our anise seeds. If you really want to make a super professional cake, and like I do it. I recommend to use kitchen scale when you pour such layers. I tested this cake before for you, and to have a beautiful layer that is proportional to our mousse and chocolate sponge, we need to pour only 130 grams of our chia jam into 5 inches mold. And arrange it to have even layer.
Yay!
Yeah, we're almost done, Max.
Thanks.
You see, we have a layer with the seeds. So now I hope you see it is flat. I move it to the freezer. To sum up today's day, in the first day we made a peach puree by baking our fruits. We divided this puree into 3 saucepans and we are ready to make all cake layers. Also, today we baked the chocolate crust and we made a hidden chia jam layer that is chilled in the freezer right now. Next day we will make the main panna cotta soufflé and we will finish the cake. You can do it today as well. Just wait for about 3-4 hours and continue. I will be doing it next day. See you soon!